Are you awake? Because we're live, baby.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Fucking sneaking it in on me.
I didn't even tell you this time. All right, boys and men, and maybe a lady if you're watching. We're live again with another episode of the Old Man Gaming Hour.
Or so.
There you go. This week, we had just got done playing at a GT called the Highground Brewski GT here in the state of Michigan. Ran by the boys that are on your screen now, the Highground Gaming Club dudes. Pretty cool dudes, if I might say so myself. They put out a pretty good event at a brewery, which is also nice. Cheers to those guys.
Loved it.
And we're just going to be going over our games and giving a recap of the event and our thoughts and all that. So if you're here for some kind of like super intuitive show, it's not going to be. We were winging this. I had internet problems the last 2 nights. Finally got it fixed by miraculous means of turning it off and turning it back on 17 times. So we're going to roll with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Should be fucking cool.
As per the usual, I believe most of you that do watch this channel are here for the shit show anyways, so here we go. So this week, outside of Warhammer, do we have anything to talk about?
Well, we're winging it, and so I haven't thought about this at all. Not really. I worked, and then I came home and hung out with E. We played a lot of Dice Throne.
Oh, there you go. That's outside of Warhammer.
A lot of Dice Throne. That's it. We haven't done anything else.
The local boys will be excited that we're getting into Dice Throne, I think. But yeah, I actually this week, I mean, Ava's playing varsity ball this year, so I'm doing a lot of every other night running to some ball field and watching the girls play. In fact, we just got home tonight from Dexter, where she played a doubleheader, started both games in center field, batted second. I walked into the joint, sat down. She ripped a double. She made a top 10 play and a diving catch in the outfield and center field was fucking amazing. Yeah, it was cool. So yeah, I'll probably post some of those videos of some of the stuff I got from her game on Facebook probably. So stay tuned, gents.
If you're into that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
If you're into watching high school softball, I guess. Anti-Gambling Squad Delta 6 says, hello, fellas.
What's going on?
All right, so I guess that's pretty much all we did outside of Warhammer, which is very minimal because we just had like Adepticon and then we had a 2-week break and then we went right into Highground.
Yeah.
So, did you, in fact, work on anything on your hobby desk?
Well, I worked on some bases before Highground Brewski. I did play a couple games with an alternate list. I was trying to make changes for my Adepticon list. Went up to Lansing and played some games with Jeff and Jared. I'm trying not to sneeze. And I got stomped by both of them. So that was fun. Then
Was
came home and decided.
Was that foreshadowing?
Yeah. Anti-Gambling Squad Delta 6. We are talking Age of Sigmar. It's a Games Workshop game. Like a fantasy-based game. So I decided not to add the wolf to the wolf character to the unit or to the army, and just went with my Adepticon list. And so we played Gits 2 tournaments in a row. Probably do that again.
Overall record of Gits out of 2 tournaments?
It's 3-7.
3 wins, 7 losses?
Yeah.
Sub 50%.
And if you remember from our last show, Adepticon, I was 2-3. 2-1 day 1, 0-2 day 2. So there's some foreshadowing for you.
Yeah, you had a string of good games then, I guess.
Yeah. But I did get one quality win. So we'll talk about that in a minute, though. What's on your work desk? I think you did some work this week.
I actually did, because the battle scroll that was published a week after Adepticon changed my list for Flesh Eater Courts a little bit. So I came up with a new list and decided, since they raised the points on Morbeg Knights, that I would just bring another reinforced unit of them. So I had 3 unpainted guys. I had to buy another 3. I hobbied up 6 Morbeg Knights, which took me 3 or 4 full nights of painting, which is like fucking insane, because those I don't know why those guys took me so long. This is just cav with riders. It takes longer, I guess. Yeah. But yep, so I did that, and it paid off, I think. Yeah. Running more Morbeg Knights is always the answer, apparently, right now.
Apparently that's the only way. So anti-gambling squad Delta 6. We got to come up, maybe anti-gambling, I don't know, we got to come up with a shorter name. He asked why we even paint our miniatures. The 40K universe is meant to be bleak and gray, so why not leave your models that way? Yeah, I mean, well, we're playing Age of Sigmar, which is like the fantasy version of 40K, but mostly because it's required to play in grand tournaments. You have to have a fully painted army. It's part of the appeal. They look better on the table, and so that's the rules. So that's why we do it. Also because, I mean, they look cool painted. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
And Mike joined the fucking chat.
I tried to do this show to avoid Mike, and he's just like, "Nah, I'll stay up." I'm just kidding, Mike. I'm not gonna avoid you, man. You're my bestest friend in some universe.
Tim is also in the Streamlabs.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, I got it.
He's asking about your prize, but we haven't gotten to his
prize. Oh yeah, we'll talk about it. We're gonna talk
about the entirety of the thing.
What the fuck up, Andrew? What's up, man?
Whole squad.
Yeah, Andrew's in here too. Let's real quick. I guess we can do it now. You want to give your spiel about the dings and the bings and the whistles and the things?
Yeah, so click like, subscribe, follow our shit. We have all the fucking social medias. We're on Facebook, Discord. We're on, what are we on? We're on Snapchat. We're on Instagram. We're on
TikTok.
X. We're on Blue Sky. We're on, what did you say, TikTok? Fuck yeah, we're on TikTok. So leave comments.
We get all them shits.
Leave comments in the chat, or not in the chat, but in the fucking other thing between shows, because that makes it so people like get to see our show more, and we're a big deal. So
yeah, that's true. We are a big deal. And for those of you that have not been here before, I posted our Linktree link in the chat, and you can just click on it.
Anti-Gambling Squad, you can paint them all hot pink if you want to.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. Totally fucking cool.
Yeah. And Tim, it's fine. We are a big deal in our own minds, and that's the only 2 people that we care about.
Yeah.
Opinions of us. If I think I'm cool, then I'm cool. And if Josh is okay, then he's just okay. It's whatever.
Well, we know that I'm not a Gits player. Let's start.
Well, you may not be a destruction player either.
I'm not ever playing any destruction ever. I told
uh,
in Discord that I would only play destruction if it had pigs, but that was a lie because I'm not even fucking doing that. I'm not playing destruction ever again until they're not hitting on fours.
oh, well, that'll be never then, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not going to play anything with a 4 up to hit ever again, unless like a majority of the army has a 3 up to hit. That's all that really matters. So, anyways, yeah, like, subscribe, and follow.
Yeah.
Click the fucking bell, do all that shit. Let's roll.
All right. So, upcoming events we want to touch on because we're going to actually talking about an event we recently went to. So we'll skip that normal segment. Upcoming events that we have on the docket as of right now include our own one-day events. So we have a couple scheduled already. May 10th will be our May RTT in Monroe at the Our House Games Store. That'll be the kickoff to the season of RTTs that we're running this calendar year. So as if you guys remember me saying anything at all at the end of the Drunk Fest that we had at the weekend, we are going to run, what did we say, 5 or 6, something like that?
You said 6. If you remember, I was in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Actually 5.
It's 5. Yeah, okay. So it's 5 RTTs that we got kind of penciled in through the rest of the year, and we are going to compile all the stats from all the players, from everyone that ever plays in any of those events, and we'll have a running kind of league leaderboard type of thing, and we'll also keep track of some fun stuff. We haven't nailed all that stuff down yet, but we're going to get to it soon. But we'll keep track of all that, and we'll give out some fun prizes at the end of the year for that, I think. So, but yeah, so May 10th is our first RTT, and then we're going to have a fun event in June. What's the date in June? The 21st, I think.
The 21st or the 22nd, but I don't actually have it.
I think it's the 21st. I actually think it's the 21st. But that's going to be Random Army Day, and those events are up on BCP. You can check them out. The May event is sold out currently, but I've started taking names for the wait list for that event. And then currently for June's Random Army Day event, we have 3 signups, so we got 21 spots open for that one currently. So get your tickets now, Mike.
Yeah. And Swordcast is definitely something I've messed around with. I think, why did I stop playing them? I think that I just didn't like having too few models.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly.
I think I had a pretty good record with Stormcast when I was testing them. So, I mean, it could be an army that I bring back, but I think I'm going to give another shot to Lumineth. I didn't give him a very good shot the first go-around. So, I'm going to just try him. I'm going to try that again. Okay. I played 2 Stormcasts in the event and 2 Lumineth. So I got a good idea of how both of them work when I'm not running them. So
when you get pounced by them, you think, "Oh, that's probably pretty good."
Well, yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if it's the army or just the player.
Oh, I mean, Mike can play Gits, but he doesn't play the list I played. If he plays the list I played, he'd lose too.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'll bring my list to the June event.
Oh yeah, and just give it to him.
And I'll take my fucking list.
Yeah. That'd be fun. We're gonna take care of some business.
What is it?
Right now, the business of talking about our sponsor.
Okay, our number 1 sponsor.
Number 1 on the table and number 1 in our hearts. Can only be one man, and his name is Andy.
I love Andy.
Andy goes and provides people with the necessary equipment to play said games. And you can find him over at graymattergaming.org, I believe it is, if I remember correctly. But his website will be in our show notes. And if you want to make any purchases through Andy, which I highly recommend, you can use code OMG at checkout for an additional 5% off. There you go, Andy. Plugged. Plugged.
I mean, we already purchase all our shit from him.
That's true. And you guys should too. Just always. Andy's local Michigan guy. Runs a great company, quality material or quality product that he puts out with good materials. Anything from gaming mats to objective markers to combat gauges, and he now is affiliated with Baron of Dice and
combat gauges.
I mean, he 3D prints them. I got some of them, right?
Oh, you're talking just the 3 inchers.
Yeah. Just the 3 inchers. Yeah.
I was thinking like measures.
Oh no. I mean, that'd be nice for him to do probably in the future.
Yeah.
But you can check his website out. Like I said, it'll be in the show notes, so you guys can click on it and do the things, buy some shit, and then tell him we sent you. That'd be cool.
Yeah, here's a link. 5% is 5%.
Yeah, it's not nothing. Is what I like to say. It's not nothing.
You're right though.
Yep. Okay, are we into the regular business?
I think it's go time. Let's get this fucking over with.
Cool. We've been trying to do this show for 2 days, and my internet didn't want me to do it.
Jace got some fucking ghetto ass internets.
I don't know what the problem is. We unplugged some stuff to move a room around, plugged it back in, it didn't work. Freaking Xfinity. What are you gonna do?
For the first time ever, unplug it and plug it back in didn't work.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's essentially what made it work in the end, but I had to do it like 10, 12, 18 times. I don't know.
I like to hear it. I like to hear that you had to put in some work.
Okay, so we're here to talk about the Highground Brewski GT 2025 edition. Let's go. So this year, it was still ran at the same place at the River Edge Brewery in Milford Township, Michigan. They have this lovely attached wide open space for, I guess, just other events that they run in there. But they rent this side of the room out, and they got beer on tap in the room, so you don't have to go anywhere. They have wait staff that comes out and takes your food orders and stuff. So all in all, pretty cool place where you don't have to worry about anything but coming in, enjoying yourself, having a beer, and hanging out.
Great venue.
Yeah.
I had the stout. I don't remember what kind it was, like what they named it, but it was the stout, and it was fucking good.
Yeah. I don't remember all the beers that I was given, but there was plenty. And it's a good thing that, like, I'm a seasoned beer drinker, because I don't know if I'd been able to drive home on day one if I wasn't. I think I had 4 IPAs the first day. Thank you to Andrew in the chat. He got one of them for me because I delivered his prize dice bag back to him.
Nice. We've had that in our fucking possession since February.
Yeah, for months. But I'm glad it got home. And as I told him, I did microwave his dice with the one side up, if that's how you're supposed to do it, right?
Right. You put it one side up, melt them a little bit so it just...
Yeah, so like the ones keep popping up, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's how I thought.
I mean, if you don't like that, if you wanted less ones, you probably shouldn't leave them in other towns.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Now, Andrew, if you continue to roll any dice from that bag and you notice that ones come up quite a bit often now, I didn't do it. Wasn't me.
Jake's the only one that had the bag.
Prove it. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I don't
but,
know.
So yeah. Anyways, the event was ran by Sean, Big Mike, Brad, and Pat, the gentleman you see in the photo there. All in all, I think like a what do you call it, TLDR type of thing. The event was good. I think everyone enjoyed themselves there. What's up, Jacob? What's up, man? Thanks for joining the chat. If any of you guys got some stories that you'd like us to share, also go ahead and put them in the chat. That'd be cool. Hey, look at that, Andrew. Just subscribe to the YouTube channel. We can officially. Oh, well, I guess we got to get Josh back because he likes to click on shit and disappear.
I didn't click shit.
You did. Fuck you. You always do.
I don't know what happened. Like every once in a while, my fucking Streamlabs just
Yeah.
shut me off.
Sometimes it crashes.
I didn't do anything. I didn't even do anything to turn it back on.
I mean, sure, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But anyways, it was like Andrew subscribed to the YouTube. You left the show.
Yeah. Don't subscribe or I'm gone.
I'm out this bitch. There's too many
or maybe
people
that's
here.
what he's hoping for. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Shit. So where was I here? Oh, there look at that. It showed up on the screen and everything, like real professional streamers do.
Well, I mean, that's what we do. That's why we earn the big bucks with our fucking sweet show.
Yeah. Yeah. We get paid like royalties and everything.
It's accurate.
Yeah. But we won't disclose what we make because that'd be unfair.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Is it $0 still?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, but we're not.
That's
Don't
embarrassing.
announce that on the show. That's not okay.
Oh, did I have my mic muted? Oh, fuck. Oh, well, whatever. So yeah. Anyways, I think the overview. I think most people really enjoyed themselves at the event. I know a couple people really enjoyed themselves by the amount of empty cups they had next to them.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild day one, I think, for some people. But I like going to that place.
There's always a lot of drops in day two, and I think a lot of them just come from hangovers.
I think so too. I think it's like, whoa, that dude ripped it up day one. Day two comes along, and you're like, hey, where's the dude at? And you're like, he wasn't gonna make it. But it actually brought in a lot of people from out of town. This event does, so it's actually kind of cool. I think they had 72 signups when I last saw before the event started. Now, between the drops and stuff, I think it went down to, what was it, like 66, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I think 66 is what we're
there. But, yeah, so they had a group of guys come in from out of town. Actually, a few different groups of guys from out of town, because I think there was like a Illinois/Chicago-based area group that came over. Andrew and his boys came up from Columbus, and then I want to say there was some Indiana guys there too.
Well, and then there was that guy you played from Maryland.
Oh yeah, Clark. Yeah, I mean he came all the way in from Maryland. And I asked him why, but yeah, his mom lives over here, so in Sterling Heights, I think he said something like that. So
that he came to town
Yep.
and sees grandma or something, and then
yeah,
good guy.
yeah.
Nice.
So very cool to see a lot of spread for local Michigan events. You know, people from coming in from out of town is always pretty cool, and it's one of those things that I look at, especially being a TO now ourselves, is like, do people come? You know what I mean? Do people come to Michigan for events? And obviously they do. Yeah. So that gives us hope that, you know, our event can grow even larger than some of the other events that are already large in Michigan, I think. So,
right.
So that's the goal for us, but do you want to start on how? Oh, well, what's your overall thoughts of how the weekend went? And I'm not specifically saying your games yet, but
Yeah, I think it's a fun tournament. I mean, it's your third time going. I think it's my second.
Yep.
Nick went and dropped, not because he was drunk, but because he was 0-3, and apparently just he's too old and too tired to play 5 games. I really like the venue. Like I said, we kind of modeled our first event after their venue. It's kind of the
Yep.
kind of place we're looking for, just because it's such a draw and such a good event. Um, there were good things and bad things. So I really like the crowd that shows up. All the guys that are there are always good guys. I was kind of disappointed with the amount of prize support and the quality of prize support that they had. I mean, they're charging what it costs for a big tournament, and I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was up to big tournament kind of standards. And then there was the lack of awards. Not that I would have gotten an award because I was 1-4, but like it seems like a lot of tournaments give out prizes for, even if it's like a certificate or something, for like best of each faction, and whatever. We, for instance, just try to have so many fucking awards that it's like almost everybody gets something. And there's a lot of things that keep people there through the end of the tournament. But they give out a prize for first, for second, for third,
Best painted.
And best painted. Yeah, that's looks like Jacob got that. He won a Crondis, which is awesome. But,
sure, yeah.
But yeah, they didn't really give out any of the best factions or anything like that you usually see in a GT. So I mean, that's their prerogative. That's fine, but that's the only real disappointing thing, I guess, as far as I'm concerned. But otherwise, it was I mean, they ran it pretty quick. Like, I mean, there wasn't like a lot of people playing over rounds or anything like that. It was smoothly run. I didn't hear anybody complain about any of the judges' decisions. I think that everything was run pretty fair, and I think that it was a fun tournament. And I'm sure we'll go back next year. I mean, honestly, I feel like we're probably looking forward to it. So,
Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head. The stuff that did or didn't happen there isn't a deterrent from not going again. But I think what you said was pretty accurate. If you take a poll of the players that were there, I would think that you go, well, other bigger tournaments do better prize support, and they have the extra awards, right? In whatever capacity you want to come up with those extra awards, they have them.
Yeah.
But they did hand out weapons, so I mean that's cool.
Yeah, they always do have some pretty interesting weapons. They were painted this year. It was weird. They were painted black. I'm not.
Well,
I think the first two were painted black.
The first two
was like a legit knife, but it was it was a steak knife.
Sure.
But it was handmade, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and they have a guy, I guess, that makes them the things. So I'm sure they give him some kind of, hey, we kind of want this, and he just makes them up and says, here's your weapons, and that's what you get. I guess I assume.
I mean, that's fine though. I mean, yeah, they were good. They were cool. They look like they're good quality. We would have to ask Mike. I mean, he has the Choppa thing. And that was pretty cool. One thing that was kind of weird is they had this raffle for a table. They were only going to sell 100 tickets. They only had 66 people there. We were talking about on the way home, and they sold the tickets for $25. But the problem is that you have your event at a venue where everyone's going to spend money on beer and food, and they didn't bring extra money especially without knowing about the raffle. to put 25, or you would honestly, to sell 100 tickets, everyone would have to buy 2. So to put $50 in for a table, and $50 for a chance to win a table, and it's only one. I just don't know that a lot of us are really willing to make that.
I think, yeah, I think we talked with Sean a little bit about that, Jared and I, just to see what was up with it or whatever. You could have manipulated the amount of tickets you gave out for the $25, or any number of things that made it feel like you got a little bit more for your money, I think, or better chances, I think. But what it came down to, I think, is the guy that built the table for them said that he wanted to he said to raffle it off for $25 a ticket, sell 100 tickets, and then, the guy that's what he would have charged somebody to, like, if they wanted to buy a table from him. So that's what he wanted to get out of it, type of thing. So I think it was just a simple, like, hey, just 100 tickets at $25 a pop, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, but that's $2,500.
I know.
The table was nice, kind of, but it wasn't like the Sultan or any of those.
No. I mean, like, you could make the table yourself for way less than that. But I mean, like, if the guy's selling them, and that's what he's selling them for, whatever, he's got cost, whatever, time and all that factored in.
Sure.
So if he, yeah, I know. So if that's what he wanted, then fine.
But I just can't see them getting $2,500 out of 66 people in a.
Oh yeah, that wasn't. I don't think that wasn't going to be realistic, anyways. So they said they'll just hold on to it and they'll raffle it off again, maybe with better marketing prior to an event, so ahead of time. Like, well, I even told him too. I said maybe pre-selling the tickets for that. You know what I mean? Like if you buy a couple tickets like a month or two in advance, then you're going to the brewery and you're still going to drink your beer, and you know what I mean? Like, you're not bringing an extra $50 or $100 or whatever. Yeah. So maybe that would help out. But either way, they'll end up having a table. But yeah, I think Andrew, the logistics of getting the table home, especially for out of towners, was a big problem too. Because I'm sure all you guys carpooled in, and you know what I mean. Yeah. Like for Josh and I, sure, we could have took it home. I brought my truck. We didn't have anything in the back. We could have just drove it home. But yeah, it would have been a problem. It's a big thing, So yeah, I think they'll learn from this year, and they'll come up with a better plan for that in years to come if they decide to raffle it off.
Yeah. Well, at least they didn't sell any tickets, so it wasn't like, I think I would have been a bad taste in my mouth if I was like, all right, I'm going to buy 4 tickets and I spent $100, and then they're like, oh, we're not going to raffle it off because we didn't make enough. That would have sucked.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, like, you would have got your money back, I guess, but yeah, sure, you would have been like, well, I bought the tickets.
Yeah,
I should win the table. Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, they also didn't mention that they needed a minimum amount, like a certain amount. But it's whatever. It doesn't matter. It was just something to bring up.
Oh, it was just extra. And then, like I said, they'll figure it out a better way to do it, I'm sure, next year. So,
well, if they're going to hold on to it, I wonder if they didn't buy it off the guy to raffle off.
I'm not. It didn't sound like they bought it from him. I think that he made it in hopes of selling it for an amount, and they didn't get that amount, so it's fine. Sure. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. That's our overview. I think like 90% real positive. 10% of things that we just noticed was different or whatever from other tournaments the size of this one. So, not to say that anything that they did was poorly ran. It was all ran very well.
Super smooth, super
Yep.
fun, and fun time in all 5 of my
Yep.
games.
So,
Can't wait to
um,
talk about them.
let's do that. Let's start off with your games. Let's get into your. Well, let's see where we finished. You want to do finished or you want to do games? Let's do games.
Okay, let's just talk about our games, then we can talk about placings.
Yeah.
So I played all 5 of my games. I didn't cut out like fucking Nick did. I ended up playing Carlos Munoz first round, which he had a record of 10-0 going into this.
No shit.
Yeah, he never lost at Brewski before. Um,
Wow.
and so I was like, yeah, cool. Seems fun. I had a real strong turn 2, and he was playing. Sorry, he was playing
Monster
Monster
trucks.
Trucks,
Yeah.
and he had a real bad turn 2, and I had a real strong turn 2, and peeled 2 of his monster trucks off the table. And that was about all she wrote. I was behind at the beginning, but I just, battled my way back and took the lead in the last turn. I ended up winning 35-29. And I felt real good. I'm like, I just beat a guy who's a high quality player who finishes in the top 10 pretty commonly. And so I was excited to get that dub. Then we had lunch, and apparently my microphone is too quiet, according to Pat Noon. Here, I can bring it over here too. That might help. So maybe that helps with the adjustment. But anyway, I went into game 2 thinking, okay, I'm in good shape. I played against Jeremiah Julian, who was playing Stormcast Eternals, and the Trolls just didn't have it. I lost, 48-30. It was a good game. I mean, he didn't play anything that I hadn't seen before, and he just had me. Round 3, we were all sitting around talking about what we were going to play and what we were going to do. And I got Jeff. And I even said to him, I go, Jeff, I'm going to end up playing you in this round. And I'm going to beat you this time because he helped me play test my list and stomped me, like tabled me. So we had a much better game this time. I think he would agree to that. It went down to the last turn. Well, the last 2 turns. But he just had a lot of stuff that was anti-infantry and just stronger rules than me. He was playing his LRL list, his final hurrah for Lumineth. He said he's going to go back to Sylvaneth starting now, but he ended up beating me 44-28. So if you look at my scores, they're gradually getting lower. Started with 35, down to 30, now down to 28. So that's also a pattern that continues throughout the tournament. Round 4, I played Aiden Chandlis, another Stormcast Eternals guy. Played again, typical stuff. I think really what I did wrong is I just spent a lot of time chasing around both players. Long strikes.
Oh.
And by doing that, especially in game 2, I had a unit of trolls that was stuck in the corner and no one that could teleport them out of there. And that's why I lost the game, because I couldn't get them over to the objectives. And it was the one where you peel objectives. And I've played Jeremiah a number of times, and he's gotten the best of me multiple times. But Aiden played a pretty cool list, and he ended up getting me 46-25. So continuing to lower my score, as trolls apparently do. And then in the last round, I played Stephen Koss, who was playing his Lumineth list. He didn't have any shooting. He was playing cows. His army is probably one of the most beautiful Lumineth armies that I've ever seen or played against. Inspirational, really. I feel like that makes me want to paint my elves. But he snapped off the win 38-24. And it was a really, I mean, it was a really good game, but by the end of the game, I just didn't have enough left to score any points. So, like I said before, Gloomspite 1-4, beating a top ranked player in round 1, and then just fucking going downhill from there. I think I was like in the low 50s as far as my ranking. And I was 52nd. And it looked like of the people that completed both days, I was in dead last place.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So pretty cool. Liked it a lot. I completed in 5 games out of the 25 battle tactics. Looks like I completed 14. So I've now made a vow to never, like I said earlier, I'll never play destruction again. As Rob would say, I didn't have enough bacon, but
here, let's do that. I forgot. We should show your list.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's the same as Adepticon. If you watch our show,
nobody watches this shit.
Okay. So I was playing Trug Herd, 3 drop lists. Obviously, Lure of the Clammy Dank and Morby Kanj. Scragrot was my general. And then in his unit was a unit of Rocket Trogs. And then Regiment 2 was Trug with a unit of both with reinforced. And then a reinforced unit of Trugs there too. And then my last regiment had a Dankhold Trog boss with Loon Touch, so he could be a caster, Clammy Cowl, so he was -1 to hit and melee and shooting. And then another Dankhold Trog, just Trog, not boss, and then a unit of Trogoths, not reinforced. So what is that? 12, 15 Trogs, Rock Guts, and then a bunch of monsters and Scraggy. Scraggy was my MVP. I mean, he shot a ton of shit off the board with his spell. He single-handedly won me that game against Carlos. And I wanna also point out that Carlos gave out a fucking sweet ass glass mug or whatever to everybody he played during the tournament. He brought 5 of them, and he said, pick which one you want. And then he poured some mead in there, and we had some mead and had a drink together before the game started. So, and it was tasty. So,
he brought his own mead.
He brought his own mead. And poured
nice.
it in the cup, and he had this massive, like really cool.
Yeah, I seen his mug. It was huge.
It makes me want to do that though. It's like, I got to bring something for my opponents in my tournaments.
Yeah, that is fun. Well, we always talked about getting some club dice or whatever.
Yeah, but dice are dice. This guy gave
sure. Oh, sure. No. I totally agree with that. That's even way cooler than dice. But yeah.
So, but yeah. So that's what I played. Oh, and then I had the Loon Shrine, which was not my MVP.
How many times did I get destroyed?
It only might have got destroyed once. But I only brought back units probably 3 times. My units don't usually go away, and if they do, I'm in so much trouble that it doesn't matter anyways. Things that I would think about changing if I were going to play this list again. Big if. Just for like this list, I don't think I'd bring Morbid Conj. I did cast a lot of Purple Sun, and I put the
shackles.
I did cast shackles 1 time in this tournament. I attempted to cast it once. I don't know, because during my turn or during their turn is when I usually cast the shackles, but instead I was zapping with Scraggy with his spell, and he was just fucking doing massive amounts of damage. Like, I mean, he was probably getting 8 or 9 damage at times. I mean, he was just drilling shit. But so at Adepticon I cast shackles a lot, but I didn't use Scragrot's spell as much.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. Probably would just go with something smaller, like maybe the Burning Head and all that garbage.
What about this thought? And I don't know why I just thought about this, but You know, every once in a while you see guys running the bridge.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, I thought about that too.
You could have just
Um,
yeeted like your
yeet.
rock guts around because they're not fast, right? So you could just
Yeah.
and
No,
then
I
you
did
could
think
pull them
about
out
it.
of combat when you're getting in trouble and
It's something that if I was going
yeah,
to play this again, I would definitely consider also.
yeah.
It doesn't matter because we're not doing that. They're going to go in a cabinet. I got a glass cabinet that's right over the day off. And they're going to go in there and they're painted and they're done.
They're gonna be
Enough.
display pieces now.
Yep. They're going to be sitting right where they're sitting. And the person that helped me paint them, I'm going to give her a good thumbs up and I'll send her a picture someday and be like, thanks for helping. Never touching this trash again.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Oh well, your weekend sounded fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I played against great guys, and that's
Yeah,
all that really actually matters.
yeah. The games themselves are just fantastic. As long as you know what I mean, like you don't have someone trying to be a turd or something like that. But most 99% of the AOS community is fantastic dudes and ladies that
Yep.
just want to have fun playing games. So,
Yeah.
all right, now the time that you've all been waiting for.
Yeah. Waiting.
I don't know.
I'm
What are we
gonna
doing?
I'm gonna actually take a nap real quick.
Josh doesn't like when I talk about success stories.
Well, because I didn't have a success story. If I'm like 3-2 and you're 4-1 or you're 3-2 or whatever, then it's fun. But no, but I mean, you
Yeah.
4-1 at Adepticon, they nerfed your army, and so you got smoked in this tournament, right?
Yeah, if you mean smoked, winning most games.
Mm.
Mm, yeah, I did a thing. But no, I mean, like, I had some good games. I had some tough games. I had one really bad hard counter to my army, draw wise. But I think all in all, I don't think Feck is nerfed nearly as hard as people want him to be.
No,
Turns out they're still pretty damn good.
which is good. That's
Yeah,
fine. They don't need to be nerfed to the ground. They shouldn't
yeah,
go from like 68% to 32%. Although I would think it's funny.
yeah.
I
No,
don't.
but there was a guy in the AOS coaches Discord. As a side note here, that since the nerf, went through and compiled every record for every Flesh Eater Court army over the last 2 weeks. Was 75 games played. Win rate 50%.
Okay.
Yeah, so they must have did it right numbers wise. I mean,
Well,
it's been 2 weeks, but you know what I mean.
they're going to drop some, but also because of the nerf, the players that were at the
Exploiting
top
would
of the
change to
table,
something
then
else. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, they'll just switch armies, and so it's just the people like you that just like the army um, and don't play anything else that'll
yep,
stick around. And
sure.
so a lot of those players are lower table players, um, and
Or
so
they
they're
run,
going to
or
bring
they
in
just, or like you said, it's just like suboptimal Flesh Eater Courts lists, or whatever. It's because that's what they have, or what they like to run, or
right.
whatever. Um, but like I said earlier, since the price increase on Morbeg Knights happened, I decided to make my list called more Morbegs.
More bags. I like to see it.
So instead of 2 reinforced units of Morbeg Knights, I brought 3. So
You're more expensive, so why wouldn't you just get more?
yeah. Fuck losing something stupid. Those are the best things. So let's go. So, anyways, I did run a 2-drop Flesh Eater Courts list. Lords of the Manor being the sub faction, and to be honest, the change in the sub faction's ability to bring an extra bonus model back to a unit didn't affect me at all. I think
Well, that's
every
you roll
time
well
I
for your fours.
yeah, well, sure, but like it felt like it wasn't that big of a deal, is what I was getting at. So, um, Now, maybe just because I rolled better, whatever, but I think I only didn't get the 4-up guy back one time in 5 games.
So, I mean, that's just luck, and that's not...
Now, I didn't do it like 20 times, but I mean, like, when I did it, I think I only remember failing one roll.
Yeah.
So you don't need the bonus guy all the time either. Like, you may have lost a dude or two, but you got enough points to bring a dude or two back, so you just do it without the bonus guy. So, but anyways, I ran the manifestation lore of the Manifested Insanity, which is the Flesh Eater Court's spells. I really only cast one of those spells, and that's the Barricade, because it literally is the MVP of spells. Half's movement, you can't run from it, you can't retreat from it. It's very good.
Yeah.
And that bottlenecks a lot of guys' intent. You know what I mean? You put that out in front of them, and they can't get all the way over it because their base sizes are too big, or they can't run away from it because they're half movement, and you know, that kind of thing. So, it's very sticky. I will say it's a 10 health spell with a 4-up, 6-up. So it can last through a pretty decent punch also. But yeah, anyways. The general's regiment was Usharan, of course, as the general. The Merrill Scroll Herald with the artifact that makes him a priest. And he bodyguards with Usharan. And then I had 3 units of Morbeg Knights that don't die, reinforced. And in regiment numero uno is the Cardinal, a unit of Royal Beast Flayers, and the Royal Decapitator, because he's 100 points and he brings models back.
Okay.
I did give him Cruel Taskmaster, which actually helped out quite a bit sometimes. So that's the extra 3 dice when rallying. So if you get a Morbeg Knight unit out of combat, you are rallying 6 plus 3 plus 1 because they have a Hornblower, 10 dice on a rally. It's pretty good, turns out, yeah. Especially when you need, like, 4 of those at least to be 4-ups to get a model back, and then plus 1 maybe on a roll of a 4-up. So, yeah, it turns out it's pretty nice. But anyway, that's the list. It differed a little bit from the Adepticon list. I had to take out the horrors to bring more Morbegs, but easy peasy. Game number 1. As we said earlier, Clark Smith came in from Maryland and gave me a pretty good game. He actually had some pretty... he played Giants with Kragnos.
Yeah.
He had a couple pretty sweet Giants that I didn't even realize were like partially 3D printed and they were posed different. So he had a buddy of his say, give him, he built a couple Gargants. He sent his buddy a bunch of the bits that were left over, and that guy 3D printed the stuff that he didn't have to make up the other Gargants. And I think Clark said, what did Clark say? He had 9 Gargants?
He has 9.
Something like that. Like, what the fuck? That's crazy, bro. But yeah, that game, it started off pretty even. And then I had one really good turn. So I believe it was, I think it was bottom of 2, where I had whittled away a little bit at a Mega Gargant. I think it had like 8 health left maybe on it or something like that. Then Usharan got off his spell to tell King Broad to punch the dude that was wounded. That wounded guy died, obviously. Then my whole army pounced on King Broad, and King Broad died. So he lost 2 Gargants in a turn. And he had one Mega left in Kragnos. And the next turn I whittled off another Gargant. Or no, he didn't have Kragnos. I'm sorry, it was the wrong list. He had 3 Megas and the new Wolf Regiment of Renown. So through 2 turns, I killed 3 Mega Gargants, and then all he had left was the wolves that he had put off to the sides of the board to do tactics, and he didn't have enough left. So
Gotcha.
ended up winning that game 46-28. But yeah, it was good. First game, it felt real good. I was a little bit concerned because I didn't have any practice games with the new list with more of the Morbegs, but turns out it just felt real good against the Giants. Plus, Feck kind of plays hard into monsters with a +1 to wound against monsters. Delusion that they can pick. So that game was smooth. Glad I met Clark. He did join the Discord server, so he'll be in there now talking to us. So very cool. Game number 2 was the fucking rematch from last year, round 2. I drew Brendan Melnick again. Last year he eked the win out in round 5 against me with some shenanigans. He was playing Corn Demons. It was tough to punch through all the bloodletters he brought and stuff. So I think he ended up just barely winning. I can't remember exactly the score, but we had talked about it. But this year was my year. If you guys seen the Facebook post or the Discord post of my day 1 record, you'd be like, how the hell did that happen? But so yeah, we played to a 40-40 tie. The Cadaver Barricade was the true MVP because I pinned back 2 reinforced units of Clan Rats and 2 units of Rat Ogres behind the wall the entire game, where he wanted to push all that stuff into my face, obviously, right, into the center of the board.
Yeah.
And I pinned him back with the wall. We still ended up tying, but when I was entering in the scores, I realized that he only scored 3 tactics and I got 4. So I was like, oh shit, man. Minor victory to me. I'll take it from last year. He eked one out on me, and it only was right that I got to eke one out on him this year. So Brenda's super cool dude, man. I'm glad I got to play him a couple times. And he lives in Columbus now. I guess he was originally from Wisconsin, I think. But so we'll probably see him a lot more now, I guess. But yeah, he's a cool dude. I like playing him. Then so 2-0 going into round 3. Played Brian. I'm gonna say his last name is Zuber. I would say. I guess that's how you say it.
Zuber?
Yeah, probably right.
Yeah.
So I played Brian. Another Mega Gargant player. Who knew, right? So playing 2 giants, and this was the list with a couple megas and Kragnos.
Okay.
And the Regiment of Renown of the Big Pigs, right? So I'm like, oh cool. I'm just gonna get charged the shit out of with all of this stuff. But I had like a lot of confidence built up into fighting toe to toe with Gargants because of my round 1 game went so well.
Yeah.
Mistakes were made. You cannot put Usharan toe to toe with King Broad. You can't. King Broad hits way too hard. So I should have played a little bit differently. I got a little bit overzealous, thinking that I could like full send into. Well, to be honest, and I told him this too. I was like, I'm just gonna full send, dude. You know, and I forgot that I picked flanks as my tactic turn 1. So in my mind, I'm full sending, but during movement, I went, shit, I gotta go get the flanks, right? So of course I had to spread out, go get the flanks. Then I did push some stuff into King Broad. Just wasn't enough to kill him before he hit me back and almost killed Usharan. So then I had to take the double going into turn 2, so I could retreat Usharan out of there and not have him die. So it was a little bit like a little squirrely there for a minute, but in the end, we end up tying in score 36-36. Again, tallying up the points and putting them into the app, realized I got 4 tactics and he only got 3. So 2 games in a row, tie scored, minor victories. On the road, undefeated day 1, going into day 2. So,
Yep.
I happened to draw Justin Kopel. Knew him apparently from the AoS Discord under his Discord name Jade Arrow. Talked to him many times in the Flesh Eater Courts channels and whatever. So anyway, he tags me during the night because the pairings were up, and we were kind of talking about our game in the morning and stuff. And then I looked at his list, and I went, I have no idea how to play against this. So he was running 2 reinforced units of Morghast Archai from OBR. Yep. He was Catacross and Archon the Black. That was his 4 units in his whole army. And I was like, cool. Not really sure what any of this stuff does because I don't play against that type of OBR list,
Right.
I've played Ethan a handful of times with the list that he runs, but it's not all of that. It's some of that sometimes, but yeah. Not like a double reinforced archives and stuff like that. So was kind of researching that a little bit and asking you guys some questions and stuff of how I should approach it or whatever. Then I got greedy during the game, and I just didn't know what else to do. So essentially, his big hammer units will kill anything they touch, and they'll always be on a 2-up save with a 5-up board. So it really comes down to either probably the only way you really beat him is weighted dice. So he has a higher % chance of rolling 1s and losing, okay. You know what I mean, and taking and not being able to save. The turning point, however, in the game was he spread out to take the 2 flank objectives. So I thought, wow, I can reach him with like more than half of my army on one side of the board here and attempt to kill one of his reinforced units. So 2 units of Morbeg Knights charge in, do 3 impact mortals each. He saves 0 with the ward saves, kills one of those guys.
Okay.
Then I said, ooh, I think I can kill this unit. There's 3 guys left in the unit. I charge in Usharan so I can give him strikes last, right? I do it, give him strikes last. All of my shit fights his 3 remaining guys. Usharan, 2 units of Morbeg Knights on the charge. Combined, killed 1 guy.
Gross.
And then he said, well, okay, that was cool. I'm going to swing back and I'm going to punch Usharan with 2 dudes. 24 damage he did into Usharan.
Yeah, he doesn't stand up to 24 damage very well.
No. Not good at all. And he died instantly. So that was a bigger problem. Like in hindsight, probably I don't put him into harm's way. But if I don't, I lose a whole unit of Morbeg Knights instead. So there's this like back and forth thing I was doing in my mind the whole time. Like if there's an opportunity, I think I need to pounce on it, strike him, and hopefully I live through it. Then it will be better board state for me. Because I don't have multiple rend in the army. I don't have ways to super save stack against his crazy amount of rend attacks.
Right.
So like I made a gamble. It didn't pay off. And then he whittled me away. I lost 26-46 in the end. But I was glad to meet Justin. We've talked before. It's good to put a name with a face type of thing. He's from the Chicago area, so I'm sure we'll see him around at tournaments that we go to. He's a regional guy. So I had a fun game. It was a real head scratcher one. But next time I hope not to draw into that list is what I'll say.
Nice. Yeah.
Anybody else, I think it would have been fine. So it was 3-1 going into their last round, and I drew my buddy Michael Caldwell. We played a few times before in the past. I think he's eked out wins on me every time. So again, one of the Detroit Warhammer dudes, super nice guy. He was playing Iron Jaws with a bunch of little pigs, Kragnos, and a Maw Crusher.
Okay.
And the only reason he said he did that, he's like, hey, I have these models painted. I'm going to bring these models. Super cool. Whatever, right? Turns out the secret sauce to dealing with all the little pigs that normally would pin an army back is to have retreat and charge. Then you don't get pinned. So he did try to do it a little bit. I got out of it, recurred some models, charged back into them. We played a pretty close game through 3 rounds, and then his Maw Crusher died. He didn't have a lot of little pigs left. I never really fought Kragnos, other than once, and then I retreated and ran away from him. And then at that point of the game, it was, I think we rolled for Prio going into 3 or 4. I won Prio. Could have taken the double, which would have tabled him other than Kragnos, and then he shook my hand. It was just like one of those, okay, if I didn't get the turn, I know this game's over with type of deals. So we finished a little early. But again, I think he was in that mindset where he already had 3 wins, and that was like a good showing for the list that he brought, he thought. So he wasn't overly concerned that he got beat by Feck at the end. Good game with Mike again. I'm glad I finally got a win against him, I guess, it was it for me. But ended up 4-1 overall. So my second 4-1 in this in the last 2 weeks. I guess I know how to play this army now. Finally. Yeah, I mean it only took a 3-year grind, but we got there, boys. But so ended up. I think I finished. Oh, I guess we can look at that 10th. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll look at the placings now. So I finished 10th overall, and I was looking at the points, and it was literally like out of the death players, just for personal reasons, where we ended up all finishing was really close. So Corey O'Keefe had finished 8th, Justin was 9th that I lost to, and I was 10th. I scored 1 less point than Justin and 5 less points than Corey. We were all like within 5 points of each other, which would have been for best death essentially at, if they had those awards. So
right.
But the big winners were the top 3. So those were the guys that got awarded the weapons. In first place was Paul Jetski. He runs with help from a few other guys. The Stormkeep YouTube channel, podcast, or whatever they want to call it. He ended up going 5-0. He beat Rob Molshine, one of our local buddies, in the final table to take the win. And Paul was playing an interesting list too, I think, because he was running more of the stuff that was going away in June. He had the Castigators, some evocators on Dracolines, along with the stuff that's popular now. Also, like
Long strikes.
long strikes and Paladors.
Yeah.
I guess it was just too much of drop down, shoot you to death type of stuff to deal
Right.
with.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard of, like, in the past, other people bringing just castigator spam, and it's been really strong.
Yeah, I guess we
But
could. I
then
guess we can just look at it.
I
I
guess
got it
people
pulled up.
don't play it because they don't own a bunch of castigators.
Yeah, I got to look because I know I own a ton of them just because I got them in those army lots that I bought originally.
Right.
But I mean, like, they're going away, so I guess it doesn't matter. But he was running the Forbidden Power, and I seen the bridge out on the board, so I'm sure he used that in some kind of
To block.
fashion to block his shooters and or teleport them to where he needed them. So he had a reinforced castigators, 2 regular castigators, evocators on Dracolines reinforced, a Knight Relictor for teleportation purposes, reinforced Annihilators to come down and do boom boom things, Quester Soulstorm, one of my favorite units in the Stormcast army. They have a free teleport. I think it's once per game. But their control score is wild for being a 6-man unit. I think they're 2 each, 2 or 3 each, something like that. That's good. That's good.
I think in your opponent's zone.
Yeah. Outside of your zone or in your opponent's zone or something, they get it's like 18. They count for like 18 on objective, I think. But then he had the Knight Arcanum for a spellcast and the 1 unit of Vigilors for the +1 to hit.
And you missed the Lord Arcanum on Griff Charger at the top.
Oh yeah, I did. I'm sorry. Yeah, he was the general with Mirror Shield and the Envoy of the Heavens, whatever that does. I don't know. I'm not sure. I know that he moves fast. I think he's a wizard too, which, like, probably hands out whatever spell he needs to do to the cav units when they're running around. But yeah, cool list. Different Stormcast list than the meta right now. But
both of them that I played.
Yeah.
No long strikes.
Right. Yeah. Turns out still good without long strikes. Then we had Mike Roush, our local bud, finishing second place with his Blades of Corn list, 5-0, because that's what Mike does. You know what? I never even looked at his list the whole time. I know he's talked about it quite a bit, but he was 5 drops. Wow, 5 drops. Running the Cornate Legion. So he had a Bloodscrater as his general, a unit of reinforced Blood Warriors, a Realm Gore Ritualists, a Bloodthirster of Offended Fury, Wrathmonger unit, Aspiring Deathbringer. Maybe that's the guy he wants to run a bunch of.
Yeah.
A unit of reinforced Blood Warriors, and Scar Bloodwrath. I don't know. I don't have any idea how this plays. I've never played against him with it. But I will say this. When I lost to Justin and he fucking mollywopped me with that double Archive list, he drew Mike in round 5. And I was like, oof, it's going to be rough for Mike. I got done with my game with Caldwell, walked over there. All Justin's shit was off the table. Archon was dead. Catacros was dead. And a whole unit of Archive. And I went, I don't know what the fuck just happened. Mike just murdered this dude that I couldn't kill. So, whatever Corn does, apparently it punches through 2-up armor saves.
1-up armor saves sometimes.
Yeah. I have no idea. But congratulations to Mike going 5-0 in yet another tournament, so we can never win one. I don't know.
Well, you weren't going to be 5-0 anyway.
Well, I'm just saying. Like, if I would have drew Mike in round 5, you know what I mean? Like, the hump is getting past Mike somehow, some way. Whether it's avoiding him or someone
This is
else
the
taking
first
him out.
tournament in a while that I've been at with Mike that I didn't play Mike, so I was excited about that.
Yeah, I'm sure you were. I thought he wanted to grudge you round one.
Yeah, but I played Carlos instead.
Oh, and you got to win.
If I would have played Mike, I would have been 0-5.
Maybe not. Never know. You could have drew Nick. You could have beaten him.
Maybe
Maybe.
not.
Anyhow, in third place, taking home the steak knife was Austin Themish. I think that's how you say it. He was playing a fair Seraphon list, and I'm not sure what. Oh, this was the yeah. This was the Stegodon list.
Yeah, with a bunch of stags and 2 Engine of the Gods, right?
Yeah, he had Lord Crocus as general, a Bastillodon with solar engine, Engine of the Gods, a Stegodon, a Skink Star Priest or Starseer, 2 units of Hunters of Honshi, another Stegodon, a Stegodon Chief, and a Bastillodon with Arc of Sotek.
That's cool.
Literally fucking Dino Riders, bro. That's it was like I looked at. He was playing a game against me. One of the games was right next to me, and I looked over. He was playing Gabe, I think, at that time, and it was just like that's not real life. When I looked at the table, it was just a bunch of big dinos, and I'm like, that kind of shit even exists because you never see it anymore. Anyway, right?
Well, they made Stegodons so cheap now.
Yeah, what are they? They're
Stegodons are 180, and
180.
Gods are 180. I mean, that's cheap for a monster.
Yeah. Yeah, and he must have piloted it pretty well. He ended up going 4-1 and scored enough points to be in third place. So yeah, so congratulations to the top 3. They won the prizes and did the things.
Well, you won a prize.
Oh,
Tim
I did.
Was asking about it.
I did win a prize. They after they gave away the swords and the daggers, and best painted took away the Krondus model. The rest of the stuff that they had on the prize table was raffle. So they randomly raffled off some prizes. My name got picked. I proceeded to go up to the table. There was 1 box of models left.
No.
And I said,
no, that's not true.
Oh, there was 2 boxes of models
left.
left.
There was at least 2.
There was 2 boxes of models left. One was a box of Praetors, which I already own 9 of, and I don't need. The other box was a unit of Slickblade Seekers.
Yeah.
Was that what they were? And I don't have Slanesh, so I opted not to take any models. I got something. I got something else. I got White Scar.
You got a fucking can of spray paint.
Yeah.
Yeah. So their prize table, I think they raffled off about 6 things, maybe 7. I can't remember. 2 cans of spray paint, a thing of tools, like modeling tools, 2 small boxes, unit boxes, Slickblade Seekers, which you could have taken and would have made a nice move for my army in the future. Let's just talk in the future. If you get something, you have the option to take any models at all. Take the models, and I'll trade you spray paint for them. I mean, that's
that was your karma for running to the bathroom when I had to do my public speaking. So,
well,
yeah, sorry, Andrew hit the nail on the head. Those poor Slickblade Seekers were the redheaded stepchildren of the prize pool.
I would have taken that shit in a minute.
He would have. Josh loves Slanesh, but he never plays them.
I mean, I just bought a bunch of Slickblade Seekers at that Howl RTT. Remember?
Oh yeah, where you had to sit around for 3 hours.
Right, where I fucking took a buy and after
lunch.
after lunch, being in the middle of the thing.
Yeah.
We're not getting back into that.
Yeah, that was the best day of Warhammer of my life. I got to see you mentally break down.
Yeah,
I won an event
I
finally.
emailed the guy that ran the event.
Yeah,
He apologized.
he took care of it for you.
So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, in the future, I will buy cans and cans of spray paint and trade you for all your models because apparently to you, that's more valuable, and that's fucking awesome to me.
It was something I was going to use for sure. Was going to use.
Yeah, no, I mean I have lots of it. I will trade it to you so you can use it, and I will get the models, and I'm fine with that too because those are something I will use.
Okay.
Tim said moron. I was talking to Tim about it. He texted me or he called me and we were talking about the tournament and the results and everything and I told him that you took the $20 can of spray paint instead of the $60 box of models and he
Yeah,
laughed.
and I'm gonna write. I'm gonna write on it. Third 4-1 finish.
On your fucking can of spray paint?
Yeah, bitches. You make fun of me all you want for picking the prize that I wanted to pick. Fuck all you nerds. You didn't even never even came close to 4-1 yet.
Oh, you didn't get that prize because you were 4-1.
Yeah, I did.
You got that prize because your name was drawn out of a hat.
Yeah, because I finished 4-1.
Yeah, paint the can bronze. Not bronze, because bronze is third place. He should paint it white because he was in 10th place.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Whatever. I mean, I was happy about the performance I gave as a player. I think I made, even in the game I lost, I think I made the right calculated moves. Just couldn't kill the things I needed to kill, and sometimes that just happens. Whatever, dice are dice.
Yep.
But yeah. At the end of the day, you had fun. I had fun. Whatever. We got to find you an army that you love playing more than trolls, I guess.
Well, since I no longer think trolls exist, they don't exist in my life.
Well, I'll tell you this: you gave them a fucking valiant effort. You painted them in like 2 weeks.
20 days.
Okay, well, whatever. 2 or 3 weeks, you painted up a whole other army. You played them for 10 straight games at tournaments.
Total,
I know, but yeah, 10 tournament games. You didn't give up on them. Now they're shelved. And lessons were learned.
No, they may get burned. I don't even know.
No way, man. They got paint on them now.
Yeah, I should have just played daughters.
So I mean, lessons were learned, maybe. Well, and who knows? And
daughters hit on threes.
Yeah, but there was only one other daughters player there. There was only one, right? I think.
Yeah.
And that was it Kyle's converted daughters list? Did you see those? Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a nice army. Yeah. Well, I mean, but that doesn't matter. You could be the only daughters there, but they're not giving out best fucking daughters. So.
Well, what I meant is like maybe they're not. They don't perform well either, just because they hit on threes. But maybe
yeah, they're expensive.
You could have probably done better than the 1-4 record with the trolls.
I would have won some games. It's fine. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Play Nurgle, they don't die. I don't want to play Nurgle because they also don't kill. Nurgle's boring. You can ask fucking Jack Callwood.
Yeah, I mean, what, Jack kills stuff?
Does he though?
I don't.
He stands on circles. He stands on circles and doesn't kill anything. I think he's bored with that army too.
Well, maybe. Hey, let's put this out there. Hey, Jack.
Hey.
Jack, when you watch this show in like a year from now, will you comment on the video, please, so I have something to reply to?
Yeah, comment on if you kill stuff.
Yeah, we need to know if you kill anything.
Yeah.
And we're not going to ask you in Discord because that's too easy.
Yeah, I mean, I could look right up there at Discord right now and type it in, but I'm not gonna.
So, yeah, I guess we'll see you guys in May, I guess. If something doesn't pop up sooner than that, right?
Yeah. So May's gonna be a rough month. I will be home the weekend of our tournament, but that's one of the only times I'll be home. I think I'm working 19 or 20 days in May.
Wow.
So I'm not going to spend a lot of time in town. Well, yeah, every other week. Today's the 15th, so I mean, we could probably do a preview show right at the end of this month, right at the beginning of May, right? Although I may be in Chicago. I don't know. So we'll figure it out. Yeah, I mean, we usually do every other week, but if we can't get it in, I mean, sometimes we can't get it in, but we'll give her a shot. And if we do a preview, then we'll be able to at least talk about what we're going to play for our RTT. That'll be fun. We do need to get our train out and
yeah, we gotta start
some boxes. So maybe we should do that over the next couple weeks.
We got to start the ball rolling on getting some more stuff together too for that for next February before we're a month away from the tournament, not having the train done. So
yeah, there's a lot we have.
Yeah, we'll have to get into on that, but yeah. Anyways, if you guys want to leave comments on the video, if you want to join the Discord and tell us how your games went,
click like, subscribe, follow.
Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice to hear from you guys. Always like talking Warhammer, and that's why we even do this show in the first place. Because we talk Warhammer, and we decided to film ourselves doing it.
Because we think what we have to say is fucking important, Tim.
Yeah,
we're important,
and we like when Tim joins in the wee hours of the morning because he doesn't sleep either.
And he's also old.
Yeah. I think our combined age is almost 150 years old, probably.
Yeah, give or take 150.
150, pretty close. No. You and Tim teeter it closer.
Well, I think Tim might be 51.
52. I mean.
Yeah, so he's Virgil's age. I just found out Virgil's 52 also. So, I want to talk to you about something. We'll talk about it off the air.
Okay.
But 52 and 47's 99.
Yeah, boy.
99. So, and I'll be 58 in September. So we'll be 101 by the end of the year. And then we just add in you're 44?
44. Yeah, right now. Yeah.
So we're not quite 150.
Almost. It's getting there. Oh, Jesus. We're fucking old as shit. No, I did the quick math in my head, and it was like pretty close.
Well, 40 is 120.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're the youngster of the group.
Yeah. Well, of us three, yeah. You know what? Somebody came up to me. I can't remember who it was now, but he was like, "Man, maybe I'm too young to like rep the old man gaming, that kind of thing." Right. And I was like, "Well, probably not. We got a 14-year-old on the docket." Or is he 15 or 15? Your son?
No, he's 16.
Oh, 16. I'm sorry. Yeah.
He can drive.
So, but anyways, it was like, no, there ain't no fucking age rules. Fuck it. Old men's a mentality. It ain't a thing.
You got to play like an old man. That's it. You don't have to be old. You just got to feel old.
Yeah. You're like me when I had to get up and give my little spiel at the end of the tournament. I could barely get out of the chair.
I didn't think they were going to have us do that because, our tournament's not till February.
Well, I was standing up there and Sean and the guys were just talking, and it was like, oh, we're going to have Jeff talk about his Michigan GT and stuff or whatever. And he's like, "Hey Jake, do you want to say anything about your guys' stuff?" And I was like, "Sure." I don't think it was like a premeditated thing. I was just standing
and
there.
Then you advertised our RTTs, which I thought was hilarious. But I'm just like, fuck it.
I was like, we don't have any of the stuff together for the GT yet.
Yeah, we don't have any information yet.
Yeah, it's like
figure out a new venue.
I can't tell them like when we're going to put tickets on sale or any of that. So whatever. It was mainly for the local guys so they could know what we're doing. But
sure. All right. Well, so is that about it then?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to bed, and you can stay up and do your hobby. I don't know.
I gotta work on shit for Mike, but I'm gonna probably print that first dude for Mike, and then I'm gonna, if the size is right, then I'm gonna do the rest of his stuff.
Got it.
So,
do you have one of the normal models? You can compare them.
I'm sure I do. You know, I have every model.
Yeah.
Ethan tried telling me today, "Oh, you're gonna have a whatever that fucking spear chucker thing is for the Lumineth in your army. You don't own that model." I'm like, I don't own a model. What? I own every model.
Did you actually not have it?
No, I think I do. I don't know. I mean, he may be right, but I've got shit in bags down here for Lumineth from when I was building them because I was thinking about playing them. Yeah, we got to paint all that shit, Tim. We got a lot of stuff to paint. We got a lot of stuff to build, and we got to get more. We got a lot. We got a lot to do, but that's next month problem. And today, play Slayers. Yeah, no. Not playing Slayers. Anyways, that's it. We're done.
Yep. We're going to bed. Or I'm going to bed. Goodbye. All right, guys. Yeah, until whenever we do another fucking show.